Okay, this is live. Uh, I hope I can crap on this. So, hey guys, this is episode 10 of 2020 Vision, and I promised myself I'd only give myself one take on this thing, which is why I'm doing a live stream of this whole thing, because I couldn't figure out the setting on this camera to do it properly with like a normal upload. So anyway, I'll just get kind of straight to the point. I have some time to myself this evening, and I'm just eating my, you know, can you see that? Hold up. My cereal. Now this is the best shit. It's got like puff wheat, what's called Schmacks here in Switzerland, and muesli in it. And I was just working out, so this shit's the best. So today, what I just wanted to do real quick was like I need to catch up on doing more 2020 vision. And I can't do that by planning out every single day. There's so much shit that happens every single day that like sometimes I got to take moments like this. I got about 15 minutes, 20 minutes just to talk and just chat what's on my mind. And I don't want to do multiple takes of stuff. I'm just like, all right, one take, go. I was just working out. I had a shower. And when I was in the shower, I was like, man, I really, really got to speak some deep truths. So if Hashir is watching, I know you like talking about these things, so this is it. But I guess what I wanted to do was talk about three things, and I kind of wrote some notes down on what I wanted to talk about. But it's just three random things that's been on my mind, and if any of you have been following, then you know that I like to talk about like deep stuff that's meaningful. And not just random shit that is about Jake Paul and KSI and boxing. So, or the coronavirus. I mean, that's not random shit, but I just feel like, I want to talk about some shit. So, number one thing I want to talk about was I just saw the views on my latest video, episode 9 of 2020, episode 8, sorry, of 2020 Vision. Episode 9 will come out tomorrow. This is episode 10, so whatever. And in 24 hours, it's got 64 views. Now, that's cool. I got 64 views. I'm psyched that I got 64 views because that's 64 people, different people that have actually taken the time to watch whatever was made. And I got to give a huge shout out to this John Creswell dude, who, by the way, if this video is being watched in 10 years, that dude, or 20 years, that dude's going to be huge. Or just like, he doesn't have to be huge. He's just freaking talented, man. He's only 16. So John Creswell, if you're watching this too, I believe in you. And he's been helping edit these videos. Amazing guy. So John, great. But 64 views. And when you look in the context of things, you could either look at 64 views as a blessing, like fuck. That's great, 64 views. Or you could look at it as shit, it's only 64 views and like you feel like a failure. You feel like, oh shit, no one's watching, no one cares. First and foremost, really I do these vlogs just because I like sharing journeys. I like sharing a story. So I'm not too fussed if it gets millions of views or hundreds of thousands of views or not. I would love it too, but the first and foremost, I just want to speak truths. I just want to speak what is on my mind and not do stuff just to get views. So I want to go from the heart first and foremost. But to get to the point, right? 64 views. I know most people will look at that and be like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, just stop with your 64 views. Like, you're nobody. And you shouldn't do this YouTube thing, or you shouldn't do whatever you're doing because you're a freaking rapper and there's one person that comes to your show. You should stop what you're doing. For me, like I've wanted a lot, and I knew I wanted to do something great since the age of like literally as early as I could remember. I knew I wanted to do something great with my life. I wanted to become great at something. I want to be the Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. The LeBron James, the Ronaldo of a field of something, the Warren Buffett, the Bill Gates of something. I'm just using those names as a kind of reference, but to kind of show that I always felt like from a very young age that this sort of thing is possible. I think a lot of people watching, a lot of people listening, whether it's now or in 10 years, will be going through the same kind of thoughts, because I think we also live in a world today where people are told they can do anything. They can be the next Bill Gates. They can be the next freaking Cristiano Ronaldo, when in reality, it's so unrealistic to even think like that. Yet we're told, a lot of the time we're told, look, no, you got to dream big. You got to think big. You got to aim for that. At least for me. I think you come to a point when you start thinking about greatness, when you think about your dreams and what you want to be, you start thinking to yourself, well, do I really feel in my heart, in my gut, in my soul that I'm supposed to be great at something? That greatness is something for me? Or when I was in school, that fourth grade teacher, the fifth grade teacher was like, "Oh, you can do anything, Nick. You can chase your dreams and follow your heart." And your mom and your dad would say, "Follow your heart, Nick, and go for it. Come on, buddy." Not that my parents talk that way. I'm from Australia. I don't know why I did that accent, but you start thinking to yourself like, okay, do I really believe in my heart and my soul I'm going to be great, or have I just had this wishy-washy freaking, yeah, you're going to be great, you can be the next LeBron James, go for it, boom. And I think every person on their pursuit to their dream, to greatness, will come on these thoughts from time to time. For me, it's so fucking clear that I just, sometimes you just feel it, man. I can't describe it. You feel it, that you're meant to be like something great in the world. Whatever you define as great, okay? Great for me is, I always wanted to be a fucking amazing entrepreneur, someone who's celebrated as an entrepreneur, someone who does good in this world, someone who can go and do great fucking positive things in this world and be one of the best, number one at it. Listen, when they do that fucking Forbes 30 under 30 thing at the moment that they do, the Forbes do this list, right? It's 30 under 30. And they come out with this list every year of 30 people under 30 which are great in their field. And I think in that list there's like 600 people, 30 people in 20 different fields. And I'm like, bro, I should be number one, man. And I felt like that since I was 8 years old, when I was going around 7 years, dude, 9 years old, I was going around the the block, right? In Australia in summer. I'd be the only kid that would be putting flyers in people's mailboxes and asking people if they want to, like, door knocking. 9 years old with a freaking bucket and a sponge, like, hey guys, can I wash your car? It costs $5. And I go do that around the block in the summer, and that's my thing, bro. And then I get home and play football. And those were my two things the whole life. So when you've been practicing those things consciously since you're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, and consciously you knew that you want to be great, but you see a Forbes 30 under 30 list and you're 26, I'm 26 right now, and your name isn't on that list, you're like, bro, I should be on that list. I have worked for this. I've worked harder than any of those fucking people on that list, but somehow they're on that list and I'm not. But then you also think, well, fuck the list. Who cares about the list? Sometimes you think that this really goes out to if you're chasing a dream in music or fucking football or like, I'll use the analogy of football because I know a lot of you guys watching would be football fans and soccer fans. So it's like you knew Cristiano Ronaldo when he was, how old was he? 18 years old, 19 years old, maybe 18, 17, around that age, right? And you're 18 yourself, 19 yourself, and you know Cristiano Ronaldo when he was 18, 19, got picked up, got seen by Manchester United, and millions of dollars in transfers later, he's going to start playing for Man United, and at 23, 24, he's scoring 40 goals a season, 22 maybe, and it's so easy when you're those ages or any age to compare yourself to, okay, you want to be great. So if you want to be truly great at something, what was someone else that was great at your age doing? And for me, I look at, okay, Steve Jobs. When he was 25, Apple was already huge. It was, I think when Steve Jobs was 25, 26, it was already something like a $100 million company, $1 billion company. One of my favorite rappers, J. Cole, like this is someone I've idolized for so long because for me, this is a guy who talks about the struggle, about being patient, about being real. So whenever I did something like a new project I'm working on or whatever, I just made sure I kept it real. Because I didn't want to fake anything. I wanted to always keep it real. And going that path, I knew that true success was not going to come at age 18 or age 20 because I'm not looking at working on the next trend. Like I want to create legacy. I want to create something that people remember, that people, I want to be part of someone's life and I want to share that experience with them in a genuine way with whatever I'm working on. So like J. Cole, when he was 25, 26, my age, he's got signed by Jay-Z. He's put out some mixtapes, and he's killing it right now. I mean, he's not killing it, but damn, he's well on his way blowing up. Jay-Z, going on tour with Jay-Z, and I'm like, you know, there's good things that happen, but I got to make sure that I'm on that same kind of trajectory with the path that I'm going on. I mean, you look at, there's so many examples, like Mozart. What was he doing when he was 16 or 12? I think he was writing symphonies and like crazy stuff at such a young age, right? Or like, yeah, you look at athletes, musicians. Very easy to compare yourself to athletes and musicians and what they were doing in their teenage years and 20s. I just watched this Taylor Swift documentary on Netflix. And I was like, fuck, like Taylor Swift already had so much success when she was 20. But I guess when you're an athlete or a musician or an entertainer, like youth is one of the key variables for success. So I guess it's a bit different because I'm not trying to be an entertainer. I'm kind of being an athlete-preneur, and I guess it's a totally different field. Probably takes more time, but I just wanted to point that out because I know, like a lot of you guys might think the same way. A lot of you guys chasing something great are going to think the same way. And I'm just trying to put things in perspective. And yes, like I share that struggle too. But in sharing that struggle, I also understand that comparing yourself to others is the quickest way to make yourself unhappy with your own life and your own situation. It's so important just to kind of reflect on the present moment and think to yourself, shit, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, I'm grateful for that. And yeah, I've worked 10 years nonstop on fucking grinding, 15 years grinding, hustling, sacrificing. The last 5 years, I just, like, they've gone by like this. Like, I don't know if you count how many parties and stuff I've been to, or like true social events where I just let myself free. But I can't even count. I can't even count. Like, in 5 years, it definitely doesn't exceed this. Like, and people preach patience. People say, be patient. It's not going to happen in 3 months. It's not going to happen in a year. I preach that advice too. I'm like, it's not going to happen in 1, 2, 3 years, but 4th year, 5th year, 6th year, 7th year, maybe 8th year. Listen, bro, I'm on many years, and maybe 10 years or something. I thought I was going to reach a true greatness when I was freaking 18. I'm 26 now, so it really feels like that moment hasn't happened yet. But what I've also come to the realization too is that, and I think I learned this with the Rio Ferdinand thing. If you guys don't know, like, when Rio, there was an announcement where Rio joined Train Effective, and for me that was supposed to be like a coming out moment, like a true measure of like, okay, Nick's reached true success now. But I realized it doesn't happen that way. Like, it really doesn't, and I feel like I'm back to the same place I was 1 year before the whole Rio thing. So, like, yeah, man. I guess there's just no moment. I guess I'm staying patient, and just I've learned to now just love the process and love every single day without having expectation that, oh, okay, today's gonna be the day when your fucking life changes, Nick. No. I think what's happened is just I've learned how to truly embrace, and maybe not truly, I'm still learning this, but 50% of the way, just embracing like the actual journey, the actual struggles, the actual, like, just embracing the waking up in the morning and knowing you got to do this, and you know that if you do this, it's not going to guarantee success with anything at all. But you love doing it, and you know that that's what you're meant to do, and you just feel in your gut that if you do those things and you keep grinding, stay consistent, then whatever, over time, this shit's going to pay off. And it's not going to, I guess I just come to accept that success is like this. Like, it's a slow trajectory up, and it's not this freaking, like, boom, like boom shot, and you just go up like that. I think it will happen with me at one point, but for the most part, it's like this. And as long as you stay consistent, and as long as you just keep loving the process, I think that's true happiness. And when you're truly happy, good things will come. And right now I'm in a place where I'm truly happy. I'm 50% loving the process, because now I'm 50%. I'm working on that 50% of not expecting shit to happen like that. And 50%, look, listen, I'm just in that mindset, like, not expecting anything anymore. I'm just like, fucking, I just want to enjoy the journey. I love it. Like, someone promises me something now, like, Nick, in April, we're going to get you that money. Or, Nick, in April, that deal is going to come, or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, I've heard this so many times before. I'm going to just enjoy the moment. Whoever you are, I don't care if you're Barack Obama or freaking the janitor. Like, I'm not going to listen to your thing about April and things are coming and whatever. Listen, I'm just loving day by day, week by week, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do that, and we're going to see what comes. And whether you succeed or you fail, well, fuck it. My heart is in the right place. It's in the right moment. I'm just going to keep following it. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say about that. greatness. One thing I want to say about that. There is no Amazon same-day delivery on greatness. We don't fucking Amazon, man. It's fucking shit up. Because we expect everything on the same day. God. It's that Amazon 10-year delivery, bro. It's not that same-day delivery. I just feel like we live in a world where we want everything like that. Because we're used to getting everything like that. We open our phone, boom, notification, boom. Like we get anxious if the girl we like doesn't text back within 10 seconds. Fuck you. Get out of that mindset. So that's one thing about greatness. The other second thing, it's a little bit contrasting, but it's about being lucky. Holy shit, man. Like, we're so lucky. Like, guys, just fucking stop going on your phone, or like stop doing other shit. Stop staring out the window. I don't know what you're doing, but just like please pay attention for a moment. We're so fucking lucky that we get to live in the world we are right now. I know there's a lot of shit about the coronavirus and fucking Iran or terrorism. I don't know, all this shit. But oh my God, when you put things in perspective, we're so lucky that a virus that kills 100 people a day is the worst thing in the world right now. Because there are way more people that die of car crashes every day than a freaking virus. So fuck the media. But seriously, we're so lucky. Like, the fact that I was eating curry the other day, and in that curry was tofu. Tofu. We live in a world where people are fucking eating tofu. White people are eating tofu and they love it. And people love tofu in their curry. And like 50 years ago, 70 years ago, who wants fucking tofu in their curry? But how culture has spread all around the world. In any city we are, in most modern cities, you can get absolutely any food that you want to. You can talk to absolutely any culture that you want to. You can be friends with a black person, an Asian person, a white person, like, and safety, man. I was watching a documentary with Genghis Khan. Genghis fucking Khan. All right. By the way, if you guys don't know Genghis Khan, you got to look him up. This is real history. Genghis Khan, man, when he was conquering Asia, bro, he had to kill thousands, 100,000 people, and his camps and his squad, his troops, not even troops, his army, whatever you called them at the time, they would go into villages and rape people and kill them and do very bad things, because in that period of time, you had to show force in that way so people would feel intimidated, so they wouldn't attack you, and then you could build an empire. I'm not saying the same things don't happen now, but they definitely don't happen now on the scale that they did, 700, 800 years ago, 900 years ago, when shit was hard, bro. And there were, man, people get depressed. People get sad over not getting fucking 65 views on a video. Bro, World War II, World War I, like, this was 100 years ago. Like, it's not so long ago that, like, Jews were going to extermination camps and dying, and they didn't know what was happening, and like, like, it's fucked up. It's sad. But people are sad at almost the same degree with their lives and things going on, because they didn't get 65 likes on a fucking post on Instagram, or someone's better than them at Call of Duty. But in World War II, your ancestors, your great grandfathers and whatever, would go out to war and actually shoot people and be killed and do that for the country. Yet you're fucking, like, depressed because you can't get into FaZe Clan or some gaming clan, or you didn't get 65 likes on your photo. I'm just saying this to try to put things in perspective, that we have tofu. We can make friends with anyone in this world. We are in the most disease-free, healthy state of the world that has ever been. And it's just up to us to be in that mindset, to think in a way where, fuck, everything's actually fucking amazing. And we yes, a same-day delivery on Amazon, like, it doesn't work for greatness, for sure, but it does work when you want freaking toilet paper. They didn't have toilet paper 500 years ago. They were using leaves and ocean water. We're just lucky, man. And just please, like, I hope whatever you're doing today or the next week or this year, just whenever shit's bad and like maybe something small is bothering you, just please put it in perspective and just try to feel that warmth and that luck and the tofu that I'm feeling right now. Tofu. Shit. Third. That's kind of my final point. My cereal's getting cold, but we're so lucky we have cereal like this. I mean, who would have thought we'd have cereal? I don't know if you guys can see. Cereal like this. Please focus. That is puffed wheat with a bit of sugar on it. Like, people spent hundreds of hours perfecting this freaking puffed wheat thing, cereal, to make it taste good for people, to like bring happiness to taste buds. We live in a world where that shit actually matters. Like, people are spending hundreds of hours in this freaking invention of a puffed wheat with sugar on it. That's amazing. And we can consume it and eat it and enjoy it, and it tastes good. Fuck. God damn. Third is money. This is kind of a note to self, but this is definitely a note to self, because I want to look back at this in 15 years, and I hope I'm not broke in 15 years, but I really want to look back in 15 years and think, Nick, please remember a time. Please go time travel back to a time when shit was fucking hard and you had no money and you were broke and you were, what was on your mind back then? Listen, Nick, note to self to Nick in 15 years. Right now, Nick, this is me, February 2020, the year 2020. I'm having a lot of, okay, this is the first example, Nick. You just got invited to your nephew's, Nick, you just got invited to your nephew's baptism, which is in Australia. And it's going to be at a church, and you're going to be the godfather. And you really should be at this baptism, but you don't have any fucking money because you've exhausted all your money on your fucking dream with Train Effective and building it, and all your whole dream. You just put everything into it. But the problem is you've also exhausted all the loans that you've got. So you can't take any loans to pay the flight you want to go for the baptism. So you're fucked right now. But you really need to go to that baptism, because I want to be there for my nephew, and not have him look at this video in 15 years and think, Nick, you weren't at my freaking baptism, you asshole. So that's really one thing that's playing on my mind at the moment is sometimes I look back to a few years ago when I was working at UBS, which is this huge bank in Switzerland, number one wealth manager. Who knows if it will exist in 15 years, but Nick, you were working there a couple of years ago. And bro, when that monthly paycheck came in and you had pretty easy job that you liked and people you liked and stuff, and just remember, Nick, that was just a few years ago, and you'd get that money and like it would just be nothing to you. You'd get that money, you spend it like water, you'd eat out every night, and you wouldn't have a care in the world. You'd go on holiday and you'd buy any type of clothes that you want in smart, right? Like, you're still being smart about it because you're saving a lot of money to go and do Train Effective. But bro, that was only a few years ago. You've exhausted all that money. You've taken out all the loans and everything to chase this dream. And you're dead broke. And a lot of people are, I'm not going to say that, but people are angry at you. You got to switch it up. And the only person that can make that happen is you. So Nick, just know that those UBS banking days are long gone. The money ain't going to come in that way that it was before, unless you got a real job again, or a full-time job in a corporate environment. But you don't want to do that. You're here with Train Effective. You're fucking hustling. But it is hard when your card gets declined for even the smallest of purchases. And that's happened multiple times over the last 7 days. So yeah, that's hard. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm eating this cereal right now, which is still good and I'm still lucky. But Nick, in 15 years time, when you're like on the beach or whatever, or doing whatever you're doing, you're still probably grinding and hustling, because I know that's what you want to do. But like, just appreciate the times when you sit on the floor and ate puff wheat and your card got declined because literally there wasn't $2 on it, and all the loans are being exhausted, and people are angry at you, and you're trying to fucking make it work. Please appreciate those moments when you eat steak on the beach or whatever, where you're looking at this from, and you need the reality check of where you come from. That's a note to self. Now transfer me to that 15 years from now. No, it's all about the journey. Back to point one, greatness doesn't happen overnight. All right, guys, I've just been talking to myself this whole video. It was one take only, so this is kind of just random shit that was on my mind. This is really for no one else other than myself. For the 9 of you that in 2020 February have watched this, I appreciate you for my life. Thank you for being a real one. Thank you for being here from day one. And maybe we'll look back at the time we got these 64 views in 24 hours on the last video, because maybe we're going to do such great positive things in this world that people are going to be attracted to that, and it's going to be more. So until then, guys, thanks for your support. Greatness doesn't happen overnight. Lucky, just feel fucking lucky. Tofu. And just whether it's money or any struggle you're going through at the moment, write it down. Think to yourself, articulate what you're going through right now, because in 15 years time, when you read over this shit again, that's going to be the most interesting times of your life, and you want to save that moment. So let's save that moment.